sit next to each other? Or like...
Yeah. Give coach some space.
Over?
Oh my God. Coach in the middle?
Smile, guys.
Joined now by Syracuse head coach Gary Gait, Christian Mule, Joey Spallina, Mason Kohn. Get a quick opening statement from the coach, and then we'll take questions. Coach?
Very happy with the performance of the team today. Until you play an opponent in a real game, you just never know where you stand, how you're going to come together as a team. And I was extremely happy with every area of the play on the field. And I'm excited about, the way they performed and the depth of this team and the opportunity that many players got to play today against a very good Vermont team. So, we're going to continue to get better. I think we learned some things, and we can improve on some mistakes. And the good thing is we don't have to wait too long because we're a day away from playing what seems to be a very strong Colgate team. So happy with the performance, every aspect of the game today, and ready to move forward.
Open up for questions.
Gary, can you just comment on losing Max for the season and also Jackson not being out there today?
Max, injuries tough. A captain, a grad student coming back for another year, and obviously an important part of this team. And the good thing is he's going to continue to be an important part of the team. And I think, like I said, I think we're deeper, and we're going to improve on our short sticks, and we're going to, fill that void. And guys are going to get a little bit more experience and hopefully step up, and we'll be fine in the short stick D position.
Certainly had a fusion of you talent today adding to the mix, but also guys like Joey and people that have been around scoring just from game one. Mix those two together and see that success.
Yeah, that's one thing. The philosophy about our coaching staff is that we want to put the best team on the field, and it's about chemistry. It's about people playing positions and taking on roles, and I think that's why you see a mix of new players, old players, and freshmen, and I think that's important that they build chemistry right from day one, so that by the end of the year you're playing your best lacrosse.
When you guys, can you say who you are and who you're with, so that you guys know who you are?
Thank you, Spallina and Joey. Last week you were talking to us about just the face-off unit, expecting to be a lot better, but also just stopping any potential comebacks. That third quarter, Mason and John in the sixth straight. I guess what have you already seen from them and aiding to your offense of scoring 20 goals for the halftime under?
Yeah, I thought they were both great. I don't know exactly what they went, but they were both awesome today, and when we're able to play make it, take it ball, which is when you score and you win that next draw, I think that'll be huge for us. I think our offense is so potent right now, and obviously it's just game one, but I think we gelled together great. But when Mason and Johnny are able to do what they do, it makes the offensive job just that much easier, because then the defense is taking, like, they aren't really getting many breaks. We're kind of just going and going and going. So when we get down to ACC play, I think that'll just be even bigger. So.
I'm back on Citrus TV. Joey and Christian, it took you guys a little bit to really get into the game halfway through the first quarter until you scored your first goal. Was it just kind of some early nerves? What did you do to get out of that and start it?
I'll go first. I think their goalie made some incredible stops in that first quarter, and I think we were going 100 miles an hour, and kind of not, taking a deep breath, and, kind of just playing how we play, which is what we did in the second. So I think once we kind of just collected ourselves, kind of just dialed in, I think that second quarter kind of showed that. But, I think me and Chris had a great connection today. I don't know how many times we did, but, I've been playing in the same program with him since I was in first grade, so I'm just glad I get to play with him. So.
Yeah, I think Joey hit it on the head there. I told the offense before the game,
that it's our first game, and I'm sure we're going to come out a little sloppy, and that's normal. But as the game kind of went on and we started to get a little bit more comfortable, I think you were able to see what our offense could do.
Zach Wolf from the Daily Orange. This is for Christian. Coach Gait mentioned in the middle of the week that you were kind of nervous ahead of this first game. Take me through just your process, I guess, in the middle of the week ahead of this game and what those nerves kind of were.
Yeah, I think it's a little normal to be nervous. Obviously, it's a big step up. I was playing at Lehigh, and playing at Syracuse is the biggest stage. And I think that once I was able to just settle in a little bit and let the game come to me, it kind of took it from there. And after that first one and I caught it, kind of trickled through the goalie's legs there, I was like, all right, and it was a sign of relief, and I was able to kind of settle in and let the game come to me and just go from there.
Mason, this one's for you. Joey spoke glowingly about you last week at media availability. Obviously, a lot was made about the face-off issue from last year. How do you feel like you addressed that today, and how are you adjusting to going from tough to issue in general?
Yeah, I think today, as a unit, we were great. John Mullen was excellent out there. The wings were excellent out there, helping us out, winning a lot of face-offs. So I just think it's important for us to get the ball for the guys, and it was really a team effort in doing that. So that was awesome to see. In terms of transitioning from D3 to here, it's been great. Everyone's been really supportive, learning from the face-off group, existing guys, new guys, really gelling as a unit. So it's been an awesome transition, even O guys and D guys helping out in terms of helping me get acclimated and be comfortable. So yeah, it's been excellent all around.
Wyatt Miller, Inside Lacrosse. Joey, I was wondering, how were you able to kind of create that chemistry with the transfers and people? Can I just talk about how you were able to build that chemistry and showcase it today in that game?
Yeah, so I think starting off first with Sammy and Jake, I think a lot of it comes from playing box, because, they have a very box-minded game, so obviously me going up there and playing, I obviously got a feel for that, and kind of can understand, what their thoughts are, while they're playing, but to talk about Chris there, I kind of set it before, he obviously played on the 2019 team and I was on the 2020 team, but we used to practice together all the time. So, this isn't the first time that I've played with him, so I think it's, kind of just getting back to, when we were playing together in third grade, so, yeah, we practice all the time. We're together all the time, which I think being together off the field helps a lot on the field, so I think those are obviously big points there, but I thought all three of them were great today. They didn't try to do too much. They did what they were supposed to do, which I think is what we all did today, and I think that's why we scored how many goals we scored. So, I think if we just keep doing that, I don't think any of the transfer not guy stuff will be a thing. So.
Max Gifford with WAER. Coach Gait, first game with Coach O on the sidelines as the defensive coordinator. What impressed you about that unit today, and what's your season outlook, and how has his presence impacted the team so far?
Well, I'm not quite sure if I'm ready for a season outlook on one game, but certainly just happy to see the communication level on the defense and the support and how they played together. And like Coach O always says, it's their defense. They're on the field. They got to make the plays. And I think they made a bunch of them today. So I was extremely happy, and I think we'll continue to get better as time goes on. First game, and, the communication will increase and the chemistry. And I think, we've been trying to find out who's going to be our short 6D mids, and we played a bunch of guys today, so I think it was good to learn something about them and the plays that they made, and we'll kind of get a group together and make them a little bit more cohesive.
My bad, earlier. Josh Crawford, Fan Nation. Joey, just talk to me, if you could talk to me a little bit about the difference between your first collegiate game last year and how you played today, and not only that, but also what kind of tone does a performance like this, not only for you, but the entire team set for the rest of the season?
Yeah, so I think going back to last year, I think, I don't think I necessarily, kind of really embraced what the Dome is, and this year, I think I've taken a step back. I've obviously grown up a bit. I've played some college games, so I think that's big. But I think my supporting guys around me today were awesome, because obviously you can't do it all one guy. But I just to go back to your question, I think I just took a deep breath today. I think I let the game come to me. And I think that showed. But I'm just proud of my guys. I'm proud of our whole offense. As a unit. I thought we were great today. I don't think we took many bad plays or bad shots. I think they were all great and high quality opportunities. So I'm just happy that we played the way we did today. And I'm excited for Monday. So.
Andrew Sullivan, WAER. Mason, we heard Christian talk a little bit about his mindset before his first game for Syracuse today. What was kind of going through your head ahead of your first debut for Syracuse, and how would you describe playing in the Dome?
Yeah, I guess I'll start with the last thing you asked. Just playing the Dome was incredible. Great experience. It lived up to everything that everyone's talked about it. In terms of how I was approaching it, I think Tufts did a great job of teaching me that no matter the situation, you're supposed to be the same guy every day. Whether it's practice, you're playing the Hill Academy or you're playing Vermont or the Team USA, you play the same way every day. So I just try to be unconditional and come out, play with energy, and just compete for the guys. So that was pretty much all that was going through my mind.
For Joey and Christian, kind of a specific question, but there was a goal in the first quarter. Christian, you found Joey right on the doorstep. Is that a play that you would attribute to what you were saying, Joey, about playing together and kind of knowing where you are in the field?
I don't know if it was necessarily a play that we drew up. I think me and Joey spent a lot of time at practice kind of finding each other. And if his stick's open and I see a little bit of it, I know I could force it in there. And I think it's the same with him, opposite. Just having that connection, and it comes through practice, working at it before and working at it after. We got a lot of reps on that. So in the game, it just kind of comes natural and you're comfortable with it.
Yeah, I got to agree with that. I think me and Chris, we spend a lot of time before and after practice kind of doing exactly what that goal was. Whether I'm dodging up top and he's on the pipe, or, he's dodging from X and I'm above the goal, but, I don't know if you noticed, we kind of locked eyes in the beginning of your dodge, and I kind of popped out and just caught it and shot, but, I think that just goes back to us playing together, so, sorry.
Coach, a few days ago you were talking just about the disappointment level overall from the last two seasons and the sense of urgency of wanting to change that, and the key to that being everyone just coming together. I guess, how did you see the three units work off each other today in the game to have the dominant line like that?
Well, I think we do have a sense of urgency, and I think we've worked really hard at developing a new standard for this year. And, the teams come together and they've decided how they want to be and how they expect to play. And I think they're holding themselves to a bit higher standard this year. And I think, this is the result of that. It's not just today's game, but it's more than that. It's the way they behaved for the last 6-7 months. They've been putting the work in, they've been doing the little things, and you're seeing the result of that today. So I'm happy with the start. We got to continue it and continue to develop. And I told them after the game that I want them to focus on being the best Syracuse team possible, and not just coming out with W's, but improving every time you step on the field.
Final question in the back.
Coach, this is for you. Anyone else can jump in if you want, but you, in less than 48 hours, play the team that just beat the number 4 team in the country. What does tomorrow look like? What does Monday look like? How do you rest and prepare for such a quick turnaround?
Conditioning test tomorrow, and then no, I'm just kidding.
300.
No, the good thing is this game's a little bit different than what we just played because now that we both played, we've already watched them play. So now we got one day to kind of game plan about what they're playing on defense, what they're doing on offense, and I know that Coach O and Coach March and Coach Aquaviva are already started to work on Monday. We put some of the things in that we thought we needed during the week, without really talking to the players about it, but we worked on some of the rides clear stuff that we thought we would need to be prepared for, knowing that, tomorrow's realistically a walkthrough day. And then it'll be a reminder for some of the things we did during the week. So I think it was a good tactic, and hopefully it'll pay off.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.